Bout number 8, 3 by 3 minute rounds, Pro-Am rules and application enforced by your referee in charge of the action at the bell, Jean-Ray Blaine. Introducing to you first, he'll be fighting out of the blue corner, 21 years of age, 1.67 meters tall, weighing in at 58.25 kilograms. He fights out of Fighters Incorporated and hails from the town of Swellendam. Please welcome Terence Balelo. Facing Balelo and fighting out of the red corner, 26 years of age. He stands 1.64 meters tall. He weighed in at 57.35 kilograms and fights out of Atlantic Thai Boxing. Fighting out of Polokwane, please welcome Leroy Ackers. Bout number 8, Thaiholics Fight Promotions, the recruitment. Excitement has been going all the way, and it looks like it's going to be no different here. 2 smaller size type fighters, 57.35 kilograms for the pair of them. Polokwane versus Swellendam, the battle of the out-and-towners. And we're 3 from the end towards our main event that we're building towards. Have a look at the stats, gentlemen. What do you have to say about these 2 fighters?
Yeah, just looking at their cards in front of me, I can see they come with a lot of experience. Ackers leaning more towards the K1 experience. I see he's won a few gold medals at nationals. He fought internationally against the Canada team that was here in 2013. And Balelo, just more of an MMA background. But he's also got a pretty good record. So, yeah, it's keen to see how these guys throw it out.
Terence is very aggressive. He's very fast. He comes out hard most of the time. He's had a lot of finishes in his MMA career. So you expect him to come out and try to get the finish again.
Balelo versus Ackers. Balelo in the white and blue trunks. I think it's blue, could be black. No, it looks like it's blue to me. And then you've got the green trim, yellow trunks, Leroy Ackers fighting out of Swellendam Fighters Inc. versus Atlantic Thai Boxing here tonight.
Yeah, you'll actually notice those are his SA K1 pants that he's wearing there.
K1 pants to a Muay Thai fight.
Also just showing, he's representing that he has fought for South Africa.
He's fought at the level. Neither guy making resentful impact so far.
It'll be interesting to see if he comes from a K1 background, if he's going to bring in the elbows and the knees. A lot of the guys tend to forget that they can actually throw them. So it's like bringing a knife to a gunfight.
It's off from a perspective of that they haven't learned how to throw an elbow or a knee properly, but you get given the extra options, guys, use it. This is the sport where just about everything goes except for headbutts and biting.
Look, I think you always fall back into what you know the best. You know what I mean? What you've done the longest. Even if you're training the knees and the elbows, once you're in that pressure situation, you fall back to what you've trained the hardest or trained the longest, and that's normally like in this instance, Leroy will come back to a K1 style.
Yeah, you revert to type.
And it also comes down to a lot of things that you're drilling in preparation for this fight, I know Dylan Dutton doing a good job out there in multiples, getting the guys ready. He might have even been on this card, also looking to get on a TFP card soon, so there is a good Muay Thai background there, but definitely like K1 heavy, and we've seen that right from the beginning here from Leroy.
Balelo asking Leroy Ackers to keep it up above the waistline. Took that to the groin. I could hear the plastic shatter.
Well, these tie cups, most of them made of steel. You don't want to be kicking that.
Again with the low blow, Leroy Ackers having some trouble keeping it up. But it's a complaint from... Stop laughing, Carl. It's a complaint that's coming from a fighter as opposed to the referee. I totally walked into that one.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't see it coming.
Oh, I didn't see that one either. We'll just keep it clean.
Oh, good flying knee there from Balelo. He's definitely also putting the pressure on. I think Leroy also bouncing around a lot. Definitely that K1 style, moving around.
I'm not sure if Leroy actually trained for a southpaw, if he knew anything about his opponent. It doesn't look like he knows where to be and where to put that right hand. He's on the outside most of the time, and he's not even trying to attack with that right hand.
Balelo goes to work and ends the round with a spinning fist. Clean off the face of Leroy Ackers.
Well, it's my scoring round. I'm going 10-9 to Balelo.
Yeah, I would give him the same.
Would you have given that based on the body of work alone in the last, say, 10, 15 seconds of that round, or was it more consistent right throughout?
Definitely more consistent right throughout. Again, Terence is controlling the ring. He's controlling the space. He's being more aggressive. He's landing cleaner shots. He's trying to, towards the end, he's trying to finish the fight as well.
Yeah, I think the way that he finished the fight was the way that he opened as well. Bit of pressure, looking for the openings and big strikes. He's going with a lot more power than Leroy is. Leroy is again on the outside, looking for the counter striking and a lot of that inside leg kick. And that's why we're seeing some of them go to the cup.
I think also Terence, as he gets more experience, he's trying to become a little bit more composed. He's trying to be a little bit more technical. He's not like shooting out of the cannon, so to speak. He's taking his time. He's trying to be a little bit more technical and putting pressure in the right moments. Sometimes they can go against you. If you an explosive fighter that comes out guns blazing, if it's working for you, don't change it.
Let's see if the tempo is about to get raised here by Balelo. He ended off the round really well. Let's hope it's not fits and spurts. Let's hope this is the signal of him moving out of second gear.
Again, we're seeing Leroy moving into the circle of Balelo's power, so moving into the southpaw's power area. So I'm not really sure if he's conditioned to work in the outside leg.
Balelo catching and countering. Looking very composed, very neat, very compact. Ackers isn't seemingly throwing a lot of power with what he is delivering. It doesn't feel like it's something that's intended to hit, more something that's just intended to maybe score a point and keep you off it.
Yeah, definitely, and you can see he's also working off the back foot there, for instance, he's going forward, and that's when the power starts to come through. But most of the time, he's also landing these defensive strikes while he's going.
So now, Carl Bergman, obviously you were the recipient of Knockout of the Night at TFP 1. You did it by way of a very naked elbow, being spun around and clocking your opponent straight in the face. Now tell me, putting these pads on the elbow, how much of the sting is an elbow shot taken out of when you throw it with the pad on as opposed to how you throw it without the pads on in pro level?
And it's chalk and cheese. Like, I'm fortunate that I've never actually fought with these on, but I have sparred a few times with them just to get the feel. And I've been hit with them, and it doesn't really feel like anything. I mean, it's a very blunt force. Like, if you're coming with a good elbow strike, you're going to feel that just like anything. It's like a glove. But because it's such short range, you don't get to generate as much force. And that's why the elbows are predominantly for good cuts or for stiff elbows when the guy's coming in.
And I think with the amateur fights, you know, you kind of want them to go to this, not always go to the distance, but as a learning experience, you want guys to get used to going the rounds, and a good elbow without an elbow pad can create a big cut and might stop the fight a little bit early. So this gives them a little bit more opportunity to fight through the rounds.
Is it necessarily a deterrent from them to actually try throwing the elbow because they know they're not going to create as much damage as they would if the elbow was naked? Or is it sort of encouraging these guys to throw those elbows with abandon because you're not going to end the fight on a cut, but there's a good chance you're going to score something damaging?
Look, I think anytime you're fighting amateur, you know, you're trying to prepare yourself for the big leagues. So you need to actually do everything and use everything. So I think, you know, not throwing the elbows just because there's an elbow pad on, I think it's a bit silly. I think guys need to actually push, you know, all the techniques as much as they can. Terence with a nice spinning elbow, as we say that.
Yeah, there's that elbow.
Ackers not backing down though, he's throwing back, but he just needs to get himself out that corner.
Balelo again looking great in the last quarter of the round type of thing. Catching Ackers in the same corner that he did in round number 1 at the end and delivering the body scoring shots, the body of work that counted, and seemingly on a canter to win this fight by points. Elbows flying in from Terence Balelo as we end.
And a jumping knee just to end it off.
Just to seal the deal. A high work rate from him, especially to finish off in the second round.
Look, that round was clearly for Terence. You know, a little bit more damage could even be in a 10-8 round. I'll just give it to him 10-9.
Yeah, we actually haven't seen any stoppages, any counts.
Any knockouts to Mike's chagrin?
Listen, it was close. Leroy looks kind of out of it at the moment. You know, I think Terence is picking up his pace. Leroy just kind of looks a little bit shell-shocked. Doesn't kind of know what to do. Doesn't really have an answer for Terence in his movement. So let's see what he comes up with.
Is this what we're seeing here? Muay Thai taking out K1, a K1 expectant, a K1 fighter who's trying to learn Muay Thai, hasn't picked it up fast enough by the time this fight has rolled around.
It'll be interesting to hear what his corner was actually saying there to him, you know, like Dylan's probably telling him to stop trying to outpoint him from the outside, maybe get a little bit of a clinch going there. Because he is landing clean strikes, but if you're on the back foot, it's not going to be as effective.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. Okay, guys.
Here we go with round number 3. We're one round away from our co-main feature, which is going to be sanctioned by the World Muay Thai Organization. And it is a title fight, ladies and gentlemen. One of the most hotly anticipated fights in Muay Thai of this year so far, because let's be honest, there hasn't been a lot of Muay Thai this year, so we're allowed to say these things as commentators. It's going to be Thaiholics up against Brothers Combat Institute, Ishaq Ibrahim against Luan Fenter. That's coming up after this. Right now, we got Terence Balelo trying to go to work on Leroy Ackers and close out strongly by winning the third.
Terence is kind of just sitting on his lead here. He's not really trying to push the pace, trying to finish. It's unusual because he normally does come out very fast and very hard and trying to finish guys. Now he just looks a little bit more like tentative.
He also seems very comfortable moving his head and trying to anticipate the strikes, so maybe this is just good for him to get these rounds in.
100% Carl, that the experience is everything. And the more experience you have, the more rounds you can go. As you get towards the title fight, you have to go 5 rounds. As a pro, you're going to go 4 rounds, 5 rounds. It's necessary experience.
You can see Terence anticipating that was going to be a standing 8 count. Or
That was a
there.
legitimate drop to me.
If he did think that he should be putting the pressure on now as well.
Well, round number 3, he's got 2 in the bag, pretty much glaringly. I mean, we wouldn't ever doubt that he hasn't won the first and second. But now, round number 3, let's go for the kill. Let's see what you're capable of. And he's doing enough to startle and damage. He's doing enough to get him on the floor.
He's putting a little pressure on now. Wouldn't be surprised if he throws a spinning elbow in here. Landing some good shots. Nice right hook. Oh, that's a good.
And we go to the count of referee Jean-Ray Blaine takes the knee. Leroy Ackers not in good shape here. And we're about 1 minute away from the end of the round.
That could be what we also seen from Terence, was maybe just starting off the round nice and slow, knowing that he picks it up as he goes and then looking for the finish now.
Here we are, red alert time, a minute to go, round number 3. Ackers under the cosh from Terence Balelo. A big elbow comes in from Balelo, and he's got Ackers reeling backwards.
Those big overhands, he's looking to connect. If he lands one of those, you might see the first knockout here.
That looked like a body shot. I couldn't quite see what happened. Mike, did you pick that up?
It was a tip to the solar plexus, I think. Just maybe caught him in the bladder, just a little bit lower. It was a nice little reaction tip. I don't think he's going to get up.
And there we have our first TKO via tip.
Get there? You press. Okay, fighters. Bring it to the center, guys. Very nice, very nice. Watch your head there, watch your head there. Yes, knocker.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight comes to an end with 10 seconds left in the third and final round. Your winner coming by way of a knockout, Terence!